Yes, people, we have finally arrived. Big up to all of you that have been waiting. You get me? Smash up the like buttons to those that are watching. You get me? Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff as well. But we are back. I feel very well rested. Needed to get some rest because boy, last week was an absolute madness for me. But we are back on point, back on ball, and we are still world champions, as the title says. Younes, my guy, how are you feeling? Are you still walking on clouds after our world title? I'm gonna be shameless about this. I'm gonna say world title like I don't know how many times, so get used to it.
Just milk it until next year. Until next year, man. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, back to proper football. Won the World Cup. The Club World Cup. Let's just call it the World Cup just to make it sound a bit bigger than it is. And yeah, happy days. I think you know what? It's good momentum for us to carry forward now. You know, it's a big occasion. It's another trophy. We've got another final in 2 weeks. Yeah, man. This is it's feeling good now. It's feeling good.
No, absolutely. We are eating Gucci, as Matisse would say. You get me? Big up
Yeah.
Matisse, man. But you know what's back? The Champions League.
Champions. Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, which is, by the way, to those that don't know, it's still at Stamford Bridge because to those that don't know either, we won the Champions League last season. Yeah.
Craig
And
Burley. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. You see, so it is what it is. We are. Listen, I am shameless over here. You see, when it comes to shameless, that is me. I will milk it as long as we have
Fact.
this title. It is going to be milked. But we are back with the Champions League. But you know what? I did put in the title Lille versus Chelsea, and the first leg isn't actually Lille versus Chelsea, but
Nah,
there is
Chelsea
a
versus Lyon.
exactly. But there is a reason as to why I did that, and it is a bit early to do a preview for a game that's in March. So I thought let's discuss the controversy that is around the situation, being that traveling teams to France, traveling professional teams, must all be vaccinated to participate in any event. And those that are not vaccinated will not be allowed to participate. Or I'm not sure if it's even allowed in the country or whatever. No, I think it's they're not allowed to participate. They'll be allowed in
Participate.
the
Yeah.
country. But yeah, man, Thomas Tuchel has given his thoughts on it, and he seems to be pretty. He's walking the line, and you can't really blame him because of
He
the
has to, isn't
context.
it?
Yeah, exactly the
Yeah.
context of the situation, bro. Because he can get in big trouble for saying the wrong thing. But his quotes were, "The players are aware of it." And at some point, everybody who is not vaccinated would face some consequences. Does that make it wrong that they are not? I'm not so sure about it. I simply don't know. I took my decision for myself. For us, isolated as a club, isolated as a football team, there can be huge consequences. For example, if players are not allowed to travel to France, this can create problems for us in not being able to use key players. We are aware of it. It is it is a constant noise and a constant sound. So obviously he's highlighted his frustrations in a very calculated way. I think in a
Yeah.
very smart way because it's obviously he's let people know like you gotta let people. We've, in my personal opinion, we've got to start learning to live with this. All of these restrictions, eventually, they're gonna have to come to an end. And now that quote unquote things seem to be more regulated by whoever the powers may be who are in control of the whole situation. I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want this snatched from me. Do you know what I mean? Apparently, things
This
have
is
been
the problem.
yeah,
This is the whole problem. Like,
yeah. Apparent. I just caught this comment. I'm so sorry. It threw me off, but this is hilarious. I just saw it at the side of my eye. We're having a serious. Hey, I love the comments, man. Big up everybody in the chat. You lot deserve a massive pat on your back. You lot give me jokes all the time, man. But going back to this situation, look, Chelsea did try and remedy the situation. They were hoping that the second leg could be moved to a neutral venue so we could use our whole squad. But apparently, new rules implemented by UEFA mean that that switch won't be possible. And that's from the BBC. And also, Chelsea haven't disclosed who or how many players are unvaccinated, Younes. That's my concern, bro. about the situation, because we don't know, because it could be a situation where half the squad ain't vaccinated, and in that situation, what do we do?
It makes me angry. The whole thing makes me angry, bruv. And I've been, if you follow me on Insta and you see my socials, I've been vocal about what's going on for a good part of at least about a year. And for the past 18 months or so, I've clocked onto that this is the point we were going to get to. And now it's happening. And I'm not surprised, but it makes me angry because two things. There's no basis for this rule in the first place. And the way you can't even talk about it, like you just mentioned it here, like we can't talk about this to a certain level because there's going to be consequences. Why does there need to be consequences for talking on a matter like this? Why is there so much censorship and holding back and not allowing people to have free will on what they do with their bodies? It doesn't make any sense. It's like with Djokovic and the fact that he done that interview earlier today, or it got released today, saying that he'll happily not go to Wimbledon or the French Open because there's bigger things at stake here. I want to have control of what I put in my body. It's as simple as that. At least on top, if we're going to be serious about this, at least if this was a cure, this was 100% cure, you take this, you've got lifelong immunity, you're done. It's not, and that's scientifically proven. And we're completely disregarding, or not we, I'm not French, the French or the French government, the authorities, Macron and his cronies, are not taking into consideration that a thing called natural immunity exists. So what is this obsession with having to get everyone vaxxed? That's the problem here. The fact that Chelsea, I'm sure, have quite a few players that are not vaccinated. And that shouldn't make any difference whatsoever. Because if someone who has, for example, let's put it this way, if someone has been vaccinated, travels to France, catches COVID, and he's over there and he's part of the team, and now he's got to isolate and he's not available, compared to a player who's caught COVID here, has natural immunity, but can't travel to France, where we knew even if he got it, he wouldn't actually be affected. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. So this rule we'll have to see. Realistically, it should be down. It should be down 50-50. It should be UEFA looking at this and going, look, this fixture needs to happen one way or another. So if it has to be moved to a neutral venue, we move it to a neutral venue. They didn't have a problem doing that last year when everyone had to move about because we couldn't get into certain countries. If Chelsea can't take their full squad who are registered in the competition, because of this, there should be an exception to go and play somewhere neutral. There should be. But the whole thing's messed up, and it's not just football. We're seeing it in all sorts. Formula One, for example, you've seen it. Everyone that's working has to be vaccinated. The fact that you can this thing in regards to Chelsea Lille, a player can't go over there and play, but someone who's not vaccinated can travel to France anyway and just go on a little bit of a holiday as long as they take a test.
Where's the consistency?
It makes nothing. This is the problem. For the past 2 years, none of this has made sense. And since this has become a thing for the past year or so, this has made zero sense. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Thomas Tuchel has to be on a fine line here because, again, you get censored if you say certain things nowadays. Where's the democracy in that? It's a joke.
Well, I imagine over the next few weeks we're gonna find out who is and who isn't vaccinated, and obviously, that depending on obviously how this home leg goes, it could be a massive impact on us progressing in the Champions League. Obviously, I'm optimistic. I do think we will get the job done at home against Lille. But it's just that you never know, because all it takes is, look, if our back line is not vaccinated, that's a huge problem. You see what I mean? 1 or 2 key players, 3 players that are not vaccinated, it's a huge problem. So that situation, I wanted to discuss because it was something that was just on my mind, bro. And obviously, we're coming up to the first leg of the game. I thought it would be a healthy discussion to have. Obviously, listen, it's a situation where if whether you've taken a vax or not, that's down to your choice. Nobody is judging you here. You understand? Everybody respects everybody's decision as grown, informed adults. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? This isn't a
Yep.
situation where we bash. It's a situation where we just give our honest opinions. And quite frankly, football, sports in general, has always been, in my opinion, quote unquote, the working class man's escapism from real life. You
Big
see what
time.
I mean? Is that you don't have to think about your bills, your problems at home, your sickness, this and that and the other. You're in that bubble where you're enjoying what you love most with like-minded people, and you've come together for one cause. And now that this is starting to come into the game, you're now bringing real life situations and real life problems into the game that we love. And something needs to happen. An agreement needs to be made. I understand that this is beyond UEFA's scope and control because it's a governmental thing. You see what I mean? So it goes beyond them. It's down to
Yeah.
the French government that ultimately will regulate all of this. But something that needs to be done before competitions like this become spoiled by such rules, because it's like you said, the basis for this is very weak because there's no consistencies in
Yeah.
in what they're doing. You see what I mean? So that was the reason for that discussion. You get me? Big up Kevin F. Younes talk vaccines and man knows vaccines. um, but yeah, I think. But go on, then you just go on.
Ultimate solution. I mean, let's have it right because the first leg is at the bridge. We just got to pepper them 5-0, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. And this is the thing
That's
is,
the ultimate solution. We can then send the kids, or like we can just do what we want at that point. But yeah, that first leg needs to be taken ultra seriously if this is actually going to be the case. But the fact that there's a restriction like this in place is just ridiculous.
yeah, exactly that. But like I said, we're going to see over the next coming weeks the news with that. We might be all concerned about nothing. It might be it's one or two players that are not vaccinated, and the majority of our first team is actually vaccinated. So we're not going to have to worry about that. But the principle in the bigger scale, it still stands, whether you're a Chelsea fan or not. You get me? There's a bigger picture to this. But yeah, let's move on. After our victory as world champions,
Keep saying it.
yeah, I'll keep saying it. Listen, if you
I
saw
didn't hear you. Say that again.
world champions. Those that can't hear, world champions, club World Cup champions. That's what we are. That's what we are. And if you saw the thumbnail as well, I had to shit out a badge onto myself and Younes as well. It's a shameless season right now. But after that victory, the press have come out. They've said Thomas Tuchel and the board. Roman and the board will be happy to back Thomas Tuchel in the summer, and that they're willing to give the full backing. Now, you see, I'm very happy to hear that. You get me? I'm super happy to hear that. But to me, it's about actions being louder than words, bro.
Yep.
And do you know what? There is actually a debate that's happened that actually Matisse has actually sparked. I told him that I'll be speaking about it on the channel. He actually said, because this is going to be down to our rebuilding situation. So as we know, Kante and Jorginho, their contracts will be expiring in 2023. And Matisse tweeted, unpopular opinion, I wouldn't renew Kante or Jorginho's contracts expiring in 2023.
Yeah.
May as well start building the future midfield now. Two of Chouameni, Rice, or Bissouma as replacements. Gilmore is my Jorginho from 2023 onwards in terms of responsibility in possession. He got quite a bit of stick for that tweet.
I heard.
But do you know what? Do you know why I decided to pick that tweet and read it out? Because I back what he's saying. I'm not going to lie to you. I do back what he's saying. I see why. I can see why there's concern about it and why it'd be ludicrous, because the value of both the players right now, we can still get a decent return for them if we decide to sell. You get me? Or if we if we renew their contract and sell, but there's also that risk that nobody will come in because of their wages. So it's a bit of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, the situation. But speaking from Matisse's point of view, I can see the foresight in what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because listen, Kante, he's north of 30 now. Jorginho is approaching that as well, or is he already in his 30s already? Or if he's not, he's hovering around that age.
He is hovering around there. Yeah, I reckon so.
Kante, to me, I'll say this: generational midfielder and one of the best that we've seen in the Premier League.
He is
He's
30, by the way, yeah.
Okay, so they're both in their 30s. So Kante, this is what I'll say, and he has been monumental for this club. Absolutely, and he's one of my favorite players to this day and always will be. I love N'Golo Kante. But you see, when we're speaking of talents like Tchouaméni and Declan Rice, and even Bissouma, who I think is very talented myself, I wouldn't put him up there with Rice and Tchouaméni, but that's not to say he's a bad player. I still think he deserves to play for one of the top clubs challenging for a title. But the talent that's on board with those two players and the age that they're at, I honestly don't disagree with Matisse if we do replace them with those two players. Now, quite a few would say chances are we're not going to get both of them. This is the thing. It depends, because off the back of the news that we're hearing and what we know of the contracts, because they're not the only two contracts expiring. We've also got defensive positions and other midfielders who are on their way out. Is it completely out of the question that Chelsea end up with both of them next summer?
It's the way you've explained that is spot on. And I only found out about Matisse's tweet earlier today because he released the video with George Benson, and they had a really good conversation. That was good to see that collab, because that was something I didn't expect to see anytime soon.
George Benson the guy that lives in Thailand?
Bali.
That's the yeah. Okay, I know who he is.
So they had a conversation about that, about his tweet. And George managed to entertain both sides of the story, and at face value it makes sense, because if Kante and Jorginho are coming to the end of their contract, and that's next summer, as long as you adequately prepare and you get in those replacements, then there's nothing to worry about. At the same time, two top players like those two would be leaving for free.
And you know what? The comment before the super chat, I'm going to read the super chat in a minute, actually. It was mentioned, where did it go? Something about seniority. It was like you can't let both of them go. You need some seniority in that midfield. To which I agree, but it's a unique situation again, because if you look at Deckers, this man is the leader at his age of that West Ham team, and look at what they've done over the past couple of seasons, bro.
Oh yeah, like you'd have to bring Rice and even Tchouaméni in. I think you'd have to. But at the same time, like in regards to Jorginho and Kante, just as those two players individually and what they're capable of and what their value is, for both to leave for free is a bit mad.
It's risky and it's crazy financially. Yeah,
it is. Now, again, does that mean we entertain something this summer with 1 year left on their contracts? But again, that means drastic action. That means there needs to be Rice, Tchouaméni coming to the club immediately. And are Chelsea going to do that? We'll see. I hope so, but we'll see. At the same time, is there a possibility that we could get both of them tied up on a short-term deal? Again, the problem is their wages, but you know the sort of teams that are going to come in for Jorginho and Kante. Yeah. Jorginho, you're going to get the Italians coming back in, whether it's Juve, Napoli, whoever.
One of the Milan teams, 100%. He's got a big market for him out there in Italy. We know that they love him.
And he wants to go back home. We know this. His agents made that perfectly clear. After Chelsea, he wants home. So, fair enough. Kante, I can see PSG all over that. If I'm honest, PSG all over that.
I can see most top teams in the world all over Kante.
Well, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, in regards to the fact that his age wouldn't be so much of a matter, because PSG are PSG, they just want names. Cool. It's France, so Kante goes back to France, and they're able to not just match his wages, they can probably top it, and they wouldn't be bothered.
Exactly.
So in that aspect, we also just have to try and analyze or find out which teams would be interested, because if there's enough worth out there, then yes, renew their contracts. If there isn't and we're skeptical, then either we sign them to new deals and they're just going to have to stay at the club and then we'll wait and see what happens, or we release them for free.
Yeah,
It's mad.
yeah, that's what I said. You're stuck in between a rock and a hard place with this
Yeah.
situation. But let me read this super chat real quick before I forget. Big up
Brilliant super chat.
Altai. Just would like to say the Rams winning the Super Bowl is the closest Arsenal will ever get to winning a league title again. Big up yourself, Guni. Hashtag the Chelsea. Absolutely. Hey, that was banter.
Stan
Absolutely.
Kroenke loving life out there, eh?
Yeah, yo, listen.
All that Arsenal money has done that.
Has done that. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I was on Twitter when the Rams won the Super Bowl. And I'm not gonna lie, I went straight onto Troops' page because I knew, because obviously with the Barstool link and them man, because I know better than they follow the football, I knew they was gonna get onto it. And Big Cat, he put up a picture with Stan Kroenke holding the trophy. And he said, "Thank you, Stan Kroenke, for being such a great owner," or something like that.
God.
And Troops lost it. It was hilarious, but yeah, man. Long may those man be in the mud, because the banter that they give is just absolutely hilarious, bruv. But,
Arsenal are just a side project for him. Innit?
They are.
They're just like the scraps on the like. Yeah, if that screws up, I don't care. You know, the Rams are good, so yeah, I'm not bothered. That's mad, man. That's mad.
Nah, they are. Now let's get back to what we was just saying about the two midfielders. So with the Kante and Jorginho situation, I agree with you in saying that if there are guarantees that we can sign both players, and I don't know how likely this is. It might be that we sign just the one of them. They're both very expensive players. Let's not forget that. We could have, in hindsight, got Tchouaméni for probably a fraction of the price we're going to end up paying for him if we do sign him. But you can't cry over spilt milk. But obviously, aside from that midfield position, there are other areas that need to be addressed. Big up Emmanuel, as he's rightly said. Another defender needs to come in. Obviously, Christensen. Not renewing. We're in limbo with the Rudiger situation. Strongly rumored that Koundé will be coming to the club. We see that being reported that Chelsea have pretty much sorted out the deal, but I'm never confident until we see the brother holding up the shirt. You get me? Breuer must come back. And speaking of that club in North London, apparently they're trying to sniff around Breuer. Which
one? Arsenal,
yep. Apparently they're trying to sniff around Breuer, but nope. Apparently Breuer is in our plans. So
thank God for that. And if I'm Marina, I'm like, yo, Arsenal, you interested? 90 million, please. I'll just take the piss. And if they pay up, great. And if they don't, well, see you later.
That's what I mean. Or I'd say to them, if you give us. Yeah, it'd be outrageous. I'd be like, if you give us 75 million plus Martinelli, then you can have him. That's the only way. It just have to be a stupid, outrageous.
It has to be something dumb. Yeah, something dumb. Something that you know they're going to say no to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Broja needs to come back.
Broja has to 100%. He needs to come back. I can see him developing well at the club. Because to see with him as well, I've said it before, he just reminds me of Diego Costa, where he just doesn't give up on nothing, bro.
Yeah.
And he's just a nuisance on that defender's shoulder, trying to win back possession or just winning scraps. Then he can create something with the ball out of nothing and opportunities for himself. He's such a well-rounded striker for a young age. And then that confidence as well, it's supreme. This is why I feel he can step into the first team next season and actually do a job. Might even give Lukaku a run for his money. You never know with these young kids, bro. He could just burst at our club next season.
It's true. And it's a reference as well, just to be clear, because Bros has been at Chelsea for time. But he's actually been there since he was 8 or 9 years old. So he's one of our own, technically.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he's still so young.
Hey, and did you know that I don't know, I read this somewhere, but apparently Breuer left Spurs Academy when he was a kid to pursue his dream to play for Chelsea. Yeah, he's got to come home. He has to. It just adds to it. If that's true,
fully blue. He's fully blue.
If that's true, 100%, he is fully blue, bro. But yeah, Breuer's definitely got to come back. Gallagher as well. Gallagher's a no-brainer. You see,
I read a couple of days ago.
I feel like I
Was
have
it
to
the
brace
Athletic?
myself. Do I have to
I
brace
think
myself?
I think it was the Athletic. I'm not sure if I'm misquoting that. I'm sorry, but it was a reliable article. That Gallagher will be in the Chelsea first team next season.
Okay, good. Because I thought you were
Chelsea
going
are
to
bringing
say,
him back, and he will be part of the first team.
because I thought you were going to say Chelsea are going to sell him to Crystal Palace. I would have
No.
melted in my seat. But yeah, again, I was going to say about him, another midfielder that's just gone out and done it in the Premier League and has really stood out. And it's that it's that confidence. Again, I love using that supreme confidence, bro.
Yeah.
You see, when you just see these kids that just brace, they don't care. They just play their football. That's them two in a nutshell. And I think they're going to work. I think they're going to work in the team. The rebuild is exciting, bro. Definitely,
It is.
it's an exciting prospect. We have to also address the wing back options. Now, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. With Azpilicueta's contract running out in 2023 and Livramento, his buyback clause being available in 2023, do we hold on another season with Aspi and sign Livramento, or do we do we sell? Do we get rid of Aspi and buy someone now?
Is Aspie's contract not up this summer?
Is it this summer or next summer?
Yeah, it's this summer. I'm sure it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it looks like he's going, but I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
So then,
I think he'll personally. I think he'll go, just because he might have one last hurrah at the World Cup. He might want to be in that. I'm guessing.
yeah, Aspi's, yeah, everyone said, yeah, they're saying in the comments, Aspi is this summer. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was next summer. But yeah, 2023, Livramento's thing is
Livramento. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, his buyback clause is active, albeit it's 40 million. We're gonna have to pay 5 times the price that we sold him for, but it is what it is. I want to see him back at the club. But as for now, what do we do? Do we exercise, because someone else has also said that he's got a year option? Not sure. Again, like if he has a year, listen, I'm not gonna say this solidly. I'm just going on. Is there an option? If there's a year option, do we exercise it or do we just let him go?
It depends who else is out there.
Yeah.
Like, who else is realistically out there? I'm sure there will be names, and I hope the scouting department are actually doing some work. But yeah, surely there would be. If that's an option though, to stick with. But then
what
again,
about that? But what about that boy? What's that guy? Jed, whatever his name is, the one that was at Nottingham Forest, who's just pulling up trees, bro. I know it's knee jerk. You don't remember the fullback at Nottingham Forest that tore up Arsenal and then done it to Leicester.
Oh yeah. What, to bring him? Just a temporary solution. You know what? Look, this is the thing. If they're good enough, and they,
Jed Spence, that's the one.
Yes. If they're good enough to play Premier League football consistently and fits into our way of playing, why not? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't all come down to just how much this player costs. He's 50 million, therefore he must be good. Or he's 8 million, so he must be crap. Like, that's not how it works. There's talent out there that's just been not looked upon. And if you take the opportunity, it might pay off. Aspi cost us 7 million. Look what's happened. Like, sometimes you got to take a dive into those sort of low investments. Sometimes they pay off. So yeah, you never know, man. Why not?
Yeah, I think that one's going to be an interesting one to see if Aspi is let go. I hope he's given a good send off, man. I hope he is. Man. Yeah, he deserves it. He
needs a whole testimonial. Like, he's done the one thing no one's done.
This is a very good point. If Aspi doesn't go this year, because I know Barcelona are interested. If it doesn't happen now, it might never happen.
Barca are in a mad financial situation. That's the whole reason. That's why they went for Aubameyang. That's why they're going for all these players that are free. Playing. That's why Dani Alves he's playing for like £1 an hour. He's on minimum wage over there, bro.
Isn't he 1 season away from a Zimmer frame? Like, flipping out.
But this is Barca. They have to. They can't afford to splash. So if there's a chance now, if there's a chance for Aspi, it is now, because next summer they might be in a better financial situation where they can actually afford to maybe start buying some players. So Aspi to Barca for free, it'd have to be now if he wants it.
Yep. And then the other flank, we also have the Marcus Alonso situation. I know the club
Yep.
are probably going to try and get rid of him, although he's come out and said that he wants to stay at the club. And when you look at it logically as well, who is
Thanks,
going
but
to?
no thanks.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for me, it's like, yeah, you got to go. But for him as a business move, obviously he's going to say that because no one is
Yeah,
going
of
to
course.
pay him that much to sit down on the bench. You get me? Yeah, at Chelsea, he's been a great servant. He's won. Remember with him as well, he's a couple of. I think is he a League Cup or something away from having a full set as well?
I think so. Yeah. I think there's two players now. Yeah, there's two players. There's Alonso and Kante.
That's
If
it. Yeah,
if
I
they
knew
win
it was.
against Liverpool, they would have done a lot as well.
They done
So
a lot as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
mad.
again, it's a good time for him to go.
Imagine Alonso having one more at Chelsea than John Terry. Or Lamps or Didier. That's mad.
Oi, mate, he's gonna have. If he does that, he has the last laugh. Marcus Alonso has
does.
that. Regardless of how much we've trolled him, he's just gonna be like, "Yeah, but I've won everything for your club. What you gotta say now?" That's it. Talk to me nice. You get me? I completed the whole set, but he's got to go. I've seen shouts for Cucurella from Brighton, and I think he's been good, man. I think he's been really, really decent. He was signed from Barcelona. Good scouting again from Graham Potter and the boys. They seem to be getting
Yeah.
it right over there with the scouting. Proper manager him, Lee Gunner's twin, bro. Looks good. Yeah. It's been said 1,000 times, but that guy is a spitting image of
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, of Lee Gunner. But Cucurella, man, that's definitely a shout. Apparently, we're looking at another kid in the Bundesliga, Borna Sosa, as well. I think they're referring to this kid as the German David Beckham, or is he on? He's either on the right or the left flank. I'm not too sure. Oh, he's left. He's a left back. But apparently, he's been referred to as the German David Beckham. Can whip a ball in quite dangerously. I mean, I'm going off YouTube comps, and you see, with that, I don't focus too. I just look at technique. That's it. I don't let the comps fool me. The only thing I look at is this is right. Let's see the technique and how consistent it is in this compilation, and maybe just maybe I can come up with a basic assumption on the player, not an accurate one, but a basic one. But I will say this: the range of crosses that this guy's got on him, it's good. His football intelligence, from what I've seen, again, this is based on compilation, not watching him week in, week out, seems pretty good. And he seems like he doesn't rely on pace to beat his man, which is something that I do like, because you see, when you're a pacey player at a young age and you lose it at your old age, that's when it starts to become tragic because you've got neither.
Yeah.
But when you've still got the brain but you've lost the pace to beat a man and to still play intelligent balls, and you get me, you still have something to offer in the team. So with him, that's what I like to see from the compilation. Obviously, the people know that I have PTSD with Bundesliga. I still don't fully trust it.
That's
but
what I was gonna say.
Have you seen much of this Borna Sosa kid?
Not too much. I won't lie. I'll be honest. Not too much. I've read, and again, a couple of YouTube comps. It always comes in handy. But yeah, I've got similar PTSD now. We've had too many examples of German-based players and Italian-based players coming here and just not firing. So I don't know. Maybe that's just PTSD. Maybe that's baseless. But Cucurella, oh man, since he tore us a new one at the bridge and even at the Amex, I'm just looking at him going, he would fit in so perfectly with us. Cucurella would smash it for us on another level, and I'm certain of that. Like, I am 100% dead cert. Cucurella in a Chelsea top would go mad. So I'd easily take him, and I hope we make a move for him in the summer, because I don't think it would be that much money compared to if you were to go elsewhere, and then there'll be mad demands and whatnot. I think Cucurella is affordable, top player, got the full package, Premier League proven. He's even managed to play really well against us multiple times. So yeah, bring him in. I think he'd be the perfect guy to come in and replace an Alonso.
No, 100%. And big up the last nerve. Watch him today versus Manchester United. That guy is awesome defensively and solid offensively.
Is that
Tuchel
today or tomorrow?
let me check. I've got my Sky Sports tab open. It is today at
Oh, boy.
8:15. Yeah, but there's Champions League on today as well. PSG versus
No, but
Real
there's big games on, man. Yeah, there's PSG Madrid. Who's watching
bruv.
United?
Yeah, come on, man. United are in the mud. And to be honest with you, I don't even think United are going to get a win. I reckon Brighton will nick a draw minimum against them. United can't get a win from nowhere.
They can't.
can't.
And who are they playing today?
They're playing Brighton today.
Oh, Premier League.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I thought Europe. No.
But this is what I'm saying. PSG and Real Madrid playing today.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm watching that. And Brighton United. Hey, Cucurella, man, he's gonna smash it. I'm sure.
I think. Listen, I have to big up. I don't know how. I'm just gonna say Hazard because the first one is a myth. Brighton will draw 1-1 again. I have to agree with that 100%, blood. But Real Madrid versus PSG. Obviously, before you go, Younes, I don't want to keep you too long. What do you reckon for that game? What's your prediction? PSG, Real Madrid. Neymar is back from injury. Not sure whether he's going to be 100%. Mbappe available, Messi available. But Real Madrid, they are looking strong. Obviously, Vinicius in good form. Benzema being Benzema. It's got the makings to be a real cracker of a game, bro. But what do you reckon? Who do you think is going to get the better?
Oh, man, you know this whole game has the focus of Mbappe. That's it. The whole focus is going to be on like Mbappe's face for 90 minutes, just looking at Mbappe and what he's going to do, what he reacts, because the rumor is like at the end of the season he's going to Madrid for free. So we'll see how he plays tonight. Personally, I think, are they playing in France?
Let me double check.
Have a look.
Yes, they are. They are
They're
playing in France. PSG
so,
are at home.
I still reckon Real Madrid will get a result, you know. But at worst, a draw. I don't see PSG beating Real Madrid.
It's gonna, bruv. Yeah.
So I reckon a 1-1 or a 2-1 Madrid. I'm going in that sort of direction.
Yep. To answer your question, young EJ, Hazard is back and he is available to play. Boy, yeah. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Real Madrid. I have to go with Real Madrid because Messi hasn't really Messi ain't been Messi since he's joined PSG. Nowhere near. Neymar just fresh from injury. But the thing is they might not even start Neymar. Poch might just go with Di Maria instead. And I think, and you see Di Maria, that guy, he goes under the radar because of the names that are around him. Like, true. I know he's post 30s, but what a quality player, bro. And he does make a difference for them in Europe. He does. He makes a massive difference for them in Europe. And I think the last time they played PSG and Real Madrid, Di Maria tore him a new one. Yeah. If I remember correctly, Di Maria absolutely tore them a new one. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. Obviously, it's gonna
be a good game.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Poch is gonna go with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. But if I see Di Maria in there, boy, I don't think that the drop off is much different. I still think the quality is going to be the same. Di Maria in that front three, but
it's going to be the occasion. I think those names you've mentioned are all going to be up for it, and they know just how big this game is. But I think as a collective, I think offensively and defensively together, Real Madrid have more than what PSG have. I think PSG are going to find it harder to try and defend against a Benzema, for example, than Real Madrid finding it. Is he not?
Because I remember, I think Jovic start this weekend? I think he played this weekend. And
Jovic, is he injured?
Yeah, I think he's not ready. Benzema.
Oh, that changes things, you know. That changes things.
Yeah, I just clocked it now as well.
I was relying on Benzema here, you know. My prediction was more based on the fact that he's going to be a man that's just too hard to stop sometimes.
Yeah, because Benzi's more than a striker. The guy is such a complete player, bro. The thing is with having a striker like him is that you can do several different roles within the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because you've got that quality up top, he's gonna read it quick like this. Ask him to do false nine, he does it to a T. Ask him to play long striker, he does it to it. He's such a good striker, man.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a big miss for Real Madrid. Certainly going forward.
Oh, no. You know what? I'll just go 1-1. Screw it.
You're gonna go 1-1.
I'll go 1-1.
What have you seen? You've seen something?
No. Just on because I was leaning more towards Real Madrid because I thought Benzema would be playing. If he's not playing, that changes things in terms of how Madrid are going to score, I think, or who's going to have that impact in a big game like that. So I'm going 1-1 because I still think defensively Madrid will be able to contain, I reckon. Ancelotti will have them prepared. But 1-1.
I'm going 1-0 PSG, blood. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I don't see Real Madrid.
I also reckon there's a good chance.
No. Wait. Hold on. Oh my god.
This is why we're not watching Man United.
Yeah, exactly. Because I thought, bro, just names are popping into my head. There's still Vinicius. Hazard is still available.
Yeah.
There's oh my days. All right, I'm gonna say this. 2-1 Real Madrid. That's it. I'm gonna go 2-1 Real Madrid. Yeah. I've flipped it. I've just flip-flopped. I've got no. I'll go 2-1 Real Madrid. That's my final answer.
You know what? There's a good chance here. Yeah, I know we're trying to keep it reserved, but there's a good chance this could be a high-scoring game.
I hope it is. It's entertaining for the neutral.
This could be a 3-2 or something mad. It could be very, very much. So
no,
we'll see.
It's entertaining for the neutral. But I've seen a couple of the chat's predictions as well, man. Put your predictions in there for the PSG game and let me know. Because that one is gonna be a highly entertaining game, man. But Younes, let the people know what you've got coming up today, the rest of the week.
So, obviously, for the rest of the week, it's also tying into Chelsea's game against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Up until that point, I might do a review for PSG Real Madrid. All the big games that are now going to be kicking off, I reckon I might do a match review or watch along if I can and the time is there. But I reckon a match review at the minimum. And keeping up to date on all the latest and what's happened. So, that's Younes Talks Football. Meanwhile, we've got Lukaku, David Luiz on the screen for you guys.
Lukaku and David Luiz.
Luiz.
Oh my days, I'm keeping that comment up. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, man. And over here, Man Knows Football will be streaming this week. I am well rested, like I said, away from the studio now and back fully on football. As Younes said, Chelsea Crystal Palace will be this week. I have a stream with Matisse as well tomorrow. League Gunners should be on the channel at some point this week. I'll have to talk to him and find out. But either way, make sure you do smash the notification buttons. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, hit the like button as well, and make sure you follow Younes if you're not already. All of his details are down there in the description. All clickable links along with the Man Knows Football socials as well. Follow those so you know what's coming up on the channel. But it's good to be back and to feel a little bit more on point. Always good to have you back on the channel, Younes. Thank you very much for joining me. And to everybody in the chat, thank you very much for joining in. Big up every single one of you. Love your interactions as always. And I will probably see you tomorrow. But yeah, man, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you stay